4 pueblos in northern New Mexico will soon have access to broadband internet in their libraries. The Middle Rio Grande Pueblo Tribal Consortium was created 2 years ago to address a persistent problem. Companies weren't interested in spending the money to connect their communities to high-speed internet. A grant from the federal government's E-rate program, which is funded through a small fee on cell phone bills, made it possible for the tribes to do it for themselves. Our correspondent Antonia Gonzalez recently visited several of the pueblos for the series State of Change.
Santo Domingo Pueblo is between Albuquerque and Santa Fe, just a few miles off Interstate 25, and the library is right in the heart of the community.
The library serves the entire pueblo. It's a multi-generational library, just like any other public library away from the reservation.
Internet access and even cell phone service on the pueblo is spotty. That's why tribal members come to the library for everything they might need to do online.
We never know what's going to walk through the door, whether they need a social security number to renew their driver's license, get a food handlers, because a lot of these needs is their livelihood, part of their livelihood and documentation that they need. And also to connect with the schools to bridge that disconnect that sometimes we have.
But librarians like Aguilar and tribal members can't do everything they want with the internet services currently available. It's slow. Uploading large documents can take hours, and it's expensive. That's also an issue at nearby Cochiti Pueblo.
Fortunately, we have a Verizon tower within the area, about 3 miles away, so we actually pull service from that. But we average about 20 megs a second with that connection, but outside of that, our cost is pretty high. So we average about $1,500 a month.
Access to the internet means Pueblo members can connect with educational and work opportunities while maintaining their way of life on their ancestral lands.
It's our home. You know, Cochiti's been here for well over 700 years in this exact location. We have sewing classes, arts and crafts classes, things of that nature. So our kids want to reside within the community. We don't want to push them off the reservation. We don't want to push them away from the village. We want them to stay here, but we still want them to have the equal, adequate access to those modern conveniences.
The pueblos of Cochiti, Santo Domingo, San Felipe, and Santa Ana are close together, but internet providers didn't seem to see a potential profit in connecting their communities to broadband in this rural area.
If we hadn't done this for ourselves, I don't know who would have done it for us and when. So I think this was an important endeavor for all of us.
A federal grant through the E-rate program provided nearly $4 million to install broadband lines that stretch from Bernalillo High School to the library at Cochiti Pueblo. It will serve hundreds of people in each pueblo. And Everett Chavez says the difference will be immediate.
I'll use my own children as an example. They have to drive up to the top of the hill by the interstate to get a signal on their laptops to do work for school and connecting with the various people that they need to connect with. So it's going to become a lot easier for our people to have access to the internet. The libraries are our gathering places for our kids. This now allows them to do additional schoolwork that other children outside, rural areas have the benefit of doing research in that type.
Faster internet without a cap on data will not only make this service available for more students and tribal members, but it's also expected to lower costs.
I think we're looking at a bill of maybe $250 top. So the savings that we get from the internet bill, we can put back into programming, purchase more books, purchase more DVDs, purchase software, things of that nature.
We are now getting phone calls to tell our stories. We want to know how did you create this? And so the ultimate goal is to first light up New Mexico tribes and then go across the country.
Leaders from the Middle Rio Grande Pueblo Tribal Consortium are already looking ahead for opportunities to connect tribal offices and healthcare facilities to high-speed internet. For New Mexico in Focus and the State of Change Project, I'm Antonia Gonzalez.
That story was part of our collaboration with the Solutions Journalism Network and media partners across the state. Antonia Gonzalez is with me now. She's a correspondent for New Mexico in Focus and the anchor of National Native News. Antonia, it seems like this project was long overdue, and in your travels through the Pueblos, what have you heard about the lack of access for Pueblos across the state? What's been the major issue here?
So tribes across New Mexico, there is a great need for high-speed internet, just like tribes across the country. They're still facing this lack of having access to the internet, which tribes across the country use for education, healthcare, public safety, a lot of many needs that maybe people in urban areas take for granted. And so there's still definitely a need in tribes here in New Mexico for high-speed internet.
What's been the take from traditional phone companies and why they won't go to the Pueblos to bring high-speed internet? What's been their reasoning for that?
So what we hear from tribal leaders and those involved in telecommunications is that some of these rural areas, they're hard to access, and as well as there's not a lot of people in these areas. And so to make that infrastructure and the cost to bring that type of infrastructure and the wiring, the cabling and everything to these communities, it sometimes doesn't seem beneficial to these large telecommunications and these internet service providers.
What was the impetus for these 4 particular pueblos to get together to present was the idea to present a better business case by having 4 tribes together? Do you know what I mean? As opposed to just one at a time? And seems to have worked.
Yeah, so the tribal consortium, the tribes got together to get this federal E-rate subsidy because they could get together and have more power, like you said, as 4 tribes, having greater numbers and to show that they have, more tribal members when they're together, and also the collaboration of having greater people involved definitely helped them get these federal dollars.
As we heard in your piece, the idea that it comes up a lot, that better education opportunities was a big part of the push. Was that pretty consistent with all 4 pueblos that you visited? Was that the main thrust, was education?
Yeah, so this project is focused on education. It is for the libraries for educational purposes. The community members in pueblos here and tribes in New Mexico and other rural tribes across the country rely on the internet for education, higher education, also business needs, healthcare, other needs. But sometimes, for parents out there who have children, these libraries are only open 8 to 5 weekdays, Monday through Friday. And how are your children going to do their homework after school or at night when a project comes up?
That's right.
And people do have personal cell phones with data plans, but as we see in rural areas across the country, it's spotty. So if you're traveling if you live here in Albuquerque or Santa Fe and you're traveling between here, you know how that service can drop, and definitely those tribes are in that area where the service drops. And so we heard from people in the piece where they would have to either maybe drive to a nearby town and go use the internet at maybe a cafe or something, or also try to find an area where they could get that cell phone service to use the data plan.
And that's just not workable for most families, so there's a clear need. My understanding is you also talked to a Cochiti teacher who had tried to do some things for her own purposes for high speed. What was that all about? It sounded very interesting.
So Cochiti Pueblo, one of the tribes involved in this broadband project, has an after-school program where they serve 20 to 30 kids from the Pueblo who come in and use the library and also the internet. And they had a teacher, a community member, who was obtaining higher education and furthering her own career. And so staff would have to pick and choose who got to use the internet. Do the children who are trying to do their homework after school get to use it, or does the educator who's trying to better the community and better the children get to use the internet service? So that was just one of the stories that the tribal library told us about, some of the challenges that comes to providing internet service to community members.
That's a stark example. When you have to make choices, students versus teachers, you know what I mean? That becomes unworkable for everybody at that point. When are things going live? When is the internet get turned up in the 4 pueblos?
So the tribal consortium and those involved hope that the project will be completed this spring, and they'll light up these 4 tribal libraries, and from there, tribal leaders and those involved in this consortium hope to light up other libraries across the state, and that's part of this project. Is people are already interested in how did you guys do this? What were the challenges? What were the successes? And maybe even this is a story and opportunity for all tribes across the country to look at and see how these 4 tribes got together and were able to bring this project to their communities and to help benefit not only the students for educational needs, but the community as a whole.
Look, we're going to link up your story for National Native News on our website, NewMexicoInFocus.org. But thank you for coming in, and thank you for your good work on this piece. It was really terrific.
Thank you.
You got it.